Now we break down the stories shaping our world. Doctors say loneliness is a major problem that can have an impact on your health.
I was going down a very serious rabbit hole of depression.
And treatments can save lives. We'll show you what doctors say can help with the feeling of isolation. But first, Canadians are asked to tip more, why we often say yes. This is The Breakdown.
I was at a gift shop the other day and they asked for a tip.
It's not just where you tip, but how much.
Huh? Do they really expect something that high?
So is it time to change?
I think overall tipping should be abolished.
So more and more people are feeling the same, but Dabaghi-Pacheco finds out that is easier said than done.
Trying to figure out if tipping has gotten out of control.
No comment, but yes.
It's like kind of like taxes, because you pay for your food, you get taxed on your food, and then you expect to tip. I think overall tipping should be abolished.
It's starting to feel more like an obligation, something that you just have to do.
And I know it has gotten a little bit higher, but so has the cost of living.
Even if I get bad service, I still tip well.
Discomfort at the till? Maybe you're guilt tipping because the debit machine suggested it. Are you over tipping? What kind of a tipper are you when you're out?
25%.
45%. Canadians, we're polite, or maybe we're just afraid of things getting a little bit awkward. But in the last few years, our average tipping behavior has gone way up, and so have the places where you're expected to tip.
Like, do I tip my oil change guy, or because there is an option? And those
Tip the oil guy?
I tip the oil guy. Yeah. I do.
Canadians are now among the most generous tippers in the world. By some, admittedly, rough estimates, we're tipping $9 billion a year. And when 18, 20, 25% extra has become the norm, where do you draw the line? What's tip culture in Brazil?
It's only 10% usually, and it's only in restaurants, so I think it's very different from here.
What was your reaction to seeing our tip?
I was a little bit shocked. It's very expensive to go out here. I find it, yeah.
I feel guilty if I don't give, I feel like 15% is cheap, so, 20% is generous, but that's a substantial amount. But yeah, it does put you on the spot a little bit.
So if it's saying 20%, I should be given 20%, or if it's saying 60%, that's what I should be giving. And if you go under that, then it kind of feels not great.
What she's talking about is tipping fatigue. Pollsters were looking into that earlier this year. They found 2 in 5 Canadians saying that extra cost of tipping was what was sending them over their spending threshold, and they just stopped going out.
So it kind of ends up not being a process of I am being good because you were good to me, and that reciprocal act.
You just tip $5 on what?
Yeah. I think my total was 18. My tip is coming from me. I'm not tipping for the sake of tipping. I'm tipping because I want to tip and it's coming from me.
Now, if you look at data from some point of sale terminals, before the pandemic, the average tip in Canada was about 16%. These days, though, it's roughly 20%. So the expectation is more money at more places.
Tip creep. So that's where tipping is not only in restaurants to your person at the hair salon and the pizza delivery person, it's also, your dry cleaner, your oil lube person. I was at a gift shop the other day and they asked for a tip when I was just paying for some candles. Consumers are also not only feeling fatigued, they're also questioning what tipping, is it what it used to be about originally? And no, it isn't.
I think most consumers find it to be really annoying. I think we have all had the experience of being handed the chip card reader, and we look at the choices and go, huh? Do they really expect something that high?
Not just annoying, but researchers say tipping is where our biases come in. They find many people are tipping based on their server's age, race, gender, or looks, especially when you're asked to tip at the till before you even receive your product at the counter.
It's been shown to be discriminatory. It creates inequity, which my research shows. It can create divisions in restaurants between front of house, back of house.
It all makes for a really uncomfortable social interaction for a lot of people, and it can make things awkward behind the counter too. Hey Emilio, how's it going? Get real with me here though, because as a customer, you come here, if you skip that tip option, You know, you feel guilty as a customer. What are you thinking at the other side?
So me personally, I like to back up a little bit and just sort of like, you know, like my own business, you know what I mean? Just act like, you know, I don't know what they're doing, and that's it, you know. And I feel like it kind of works. Like people feel, because if you just kind of stand here and you just kind of like watch them put in their tip, then they're really gonna feel kind of awkward. So I just kind of back up and let them do their thing, and if they want to tip, then that's cool, and if not, obviously that's cool too.
Before the pandemic, 40% of Canadians said that they would prefer a service included model. By this year, though, nearly 60% said it was time to go tip free. That kind of habit, though, it takes a huge systemic shift in thinking to break.
If we start with maybe going a little bit back to that whole, it's actually a process of thanking that individual, that might be a good first step.
I imagine your server will get a nice tip.
Of course. Already done. And I like to leave little notes when and so we do thank you, a little drawing, because why not?
We spoke to a lot of people for this story, a lot of them obviously for tipping, but a lot of other people were against it. The thing is, they said they didn't want to admit that on camera because they didn't want to sound cheap and they didn't want to be judged by their friends and colleagues, which is maybe part of the reason that even though a majority of Canadians seem to be against tipping altogether, it's probably here to stay.
Let's get some more analysis from an expert you saw in that story. Bruce McAdams is with the University of Guelph. He's been researching tipping and how it's evolved. And Bruce, let's pick up on a point you made in that story. You said tipping is no longer what it used to be about. So what has it become?
Yeah, tipping. You know, we have grown to know tipping as a reward for good service, and really lately, you know, in the last decade or so, with tip creep, you know, places asking for tips that traditionally wouldn't do so, with tipflation, this idea of people asking for more tips or as being expected to do more tips. We're really questioning tipping and like we never have before. And one of the big things that consumers have come to realize is that really what it comes down to, tipping is a wage subsidy. And this is actually why a lot of new places, non-traditional places, are asking for tips now, is to help attract labor, which there's a shortage in hospitality and retail labor across the country. So it's really not what we grew up or accepted it to be as a social norm. It's really evolving.
It's tough on customers. It creates confusion and guilt and resentment sometimes, but it feels to me like it's tough on those workers as well. If it's meant as a wage subsidy, it doesn't seem right to leave it to random choices made by consumers to help bring their wages up.
And what we're seeing is not only are consumers wanting to move to no tipping models, we're also seeing workers and hearing from workers that saying, you know, at the end of the day, it would be great to move to a model where I knew what I was going to make. You know, from the consumer side, it would be great to be charged for the product and not have to worry about any additional thinking or the guilt of not leaving a tip or et cetera. So, yeah.
Yeah, and to that point, we talked to a restaurant worker about, you know, how do we fix this issue? Here's what she said.
It's not fair for servers to have to rely on tips from people in order to make rent.
What do you think the logical fix for it is?
There's a couple of restaurants in the city that already do it where they don't tip, but they increase the prices of their menu and pay their servers a livable wage.
So, Bruce, you know, that really picks up on the point that you were making. What's the likelihood that we'll see more of that, higher prices, no tipping?
We are seeing more of it. We've seen tipping in restaurants in particular move from tip sharing to tip pooling, and in many cases, service charges, or as the server there that was speaking said, the price inclusive or the service inclusive model, which is really something that is global in acceptance. North America is really on its own as far as having the tipping culture that we do. So this idea that moving to such a model wouldn't work is really a false claim.
In Omar's story, we heard a lot of people who say they still tip a lot. We have 30 seconds left, but what do you think is driving all the tipping Canadians do? Is it because we're nice, or we're feeling guilty, or what do you think's behind it?
That's because we expect it and we've accepted it as a social norm. Coming out of COVID, we actually increased the amount that we were tipping. But now what we're seeing with inflationary times, we're seeing perhaps a little bit of a decrease, as well as the fatigue in tipping is being felt around the country as people are telling us Canadians aren't tipping as much as they were 6 months ago.
Well, I appreciate that you're studying this and that you are generous with your time. It's great talking to you, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ian.
The quality of our relationships could be hurting our health.
You can be connected, communicating with a lot of people, but not have a connection.
Why so many are lonely and how some are trying to help. Many Canadians say they're lonely and the feeling can be crushing.
I was running out of runway.
Doctors say it's bad for your health.
So the way you know you feel lonely is it hurts.
And treating it is critical.
They actually saved my life.
But what does treatment look like for social isolation? Christine Birak discovers how reconnecting can be simple yet powerful.
A recent survey found roughly a quarter of people in the world say they're feeling lonely, even when surrounded by other people. Loneliness is a state of feeling you're at the edge of society, unable to easily talk or relate to others, and it can have huge implications.
The World Health Organization has declared loneliness a pressing public health threat across all age groups. Studies show it's as bad for you as smoking and obesity, raising your risk of anxiety, depression, heart disease, dementia, and early death. So why are people feeling so lonely, and what can be done to fix it?
You can be connected, communicating with a lot of people, but not have a connection. So the way you know you feel lonely is it hurts.
Dr. Jacques Lee is an emergency room doctor at Mount Sinai Hospital in Toronto. He's seen firsthand the devastating impacts of social isolation, having too few social contacts, and loneliness on his patients during the pandemic. He's now studying ways to reconnect people, but adds it's not a new problem.
It was always there. It was there before COVID.
Scientists say the quality of our in-person interactions have been deteriorating for decades. Take this example. You probably remember a time when you picked up the phone and called someone to wish them happy birthday. Then, many of us switched to sending a text message. Now, it might just be a post on a social media wall that says HBD. Experts insist the quality of our interactions need to be more meaningful.
There's a huge long list of things that can work, and I think what it is coming up with something that's easy to start, that's cost effective, and that's scalable.
I think they actually saved my life.
After a bad fall landed her in hospital, Elaine Daw was asked to take part in one of Dr. Lee's loneliness trials.
I was going down a very serious rabbit hole of depression, sadness.
In the years following a sudden job loss, Daw says she lost confidence in herself. A once vibrant life full of friends and gatherings slowly grew dark.
It just seemed I was running out of runway, and I was trying to deal with aging.
Then a box arrived from Making Art, Making Change, filled with supplies and an opportunity.
I'd never painted before.
It connected her with a group of other patients. A space to learn, laugh, and cry together.
I love you guys. I want you to know that you've brought a lot of joy into my life, really.
In their final session, Dr. Lee dropped in to say thanks.
I'm already excited to hear these testimonials.
At the same time, he's overseeing another study, which includes Andrew Taylor, a volunteer at Mount Sinai Hospital.
Hi, can I help you?
I'm trying to find how to get to the NICU.
Based on age and shared interests, Taylor's part of a trial connecting hospital volunteers with recently discharged patients.
Patients who are assigned to volunteers, such as myself, are given an iPad like this on loan with a preloaded app called A Touch Away. It makes it very easy for them to connect with us during the weekly video calls.
Taylor calls a patient at an agreed-upon time over 12 weeks to talk about everything from sports and cars to travel. The trial isn't over yet, but we asked Taylor, how's it going?
It's good, and to the point where I kind of wish it didn't end. I live alone too, and so I get as much out of it, I think, as some of the patients.
Scientists say that makes perfect sense.
Lonely people have very distinct brain variations compared to non-lonely people.
Kimia Shafke studies our brain on loneliness at McGill. Part of her research shows loneliness lights up default networks in the brain, often used to ruminate about people and the past and imagine social interactions.
Social interactions are at a core of who we are and what distinguishes us from other species. Our ability to work together and communicate and pass on knowledge is really intricate and very important to how we coexist.
Considering what's at stake, Dr. Lee says physicians need to start asking patients whether they feel lonely. He hopes results from his studies can one day offer new tools for combating loneliness.
If we don't treat an important social determinant of health, outcomes are going to be bad, and we're not going to be able to afford to take care of people.
Daw is now reconnecting with old friends and making new plans.
I came to the conclusion, and it took me 75 years, the conclusion that I am enough. It was the first time in my life.
Hello.
Hi, Eva. How are you today?
She says it's not always easy, but she now understands she's truly not alone.
I'm looking forward to talking to you and seeing how your life turned out.
Christine, you mentioned the World Health Organization is worried about all age groups. What are we seeing in young people?
The ground is really shifting. The latest survey in Canada showed nearly a quarter of those aged 15 to 24 say they often or always feel lonely. Just for reference, seniors over 75, it was 14%, which means social interactions between young people are strained. They're not talking to their friends. I don't want to blame social media, but something is being lost in those communications, and young people are feeling it. The U.S. Surgeon General is leading a global task force on this, and he's offered some tips for the holidays. Reach out to people you know just to catch up or let them know you're thinking about them. Have tech-free time in your day and talk to people face-to-face or over the phone. Make contact. Sounds simple enough, but we didn't even grow up with all this tech, and it's tough for me to put it down. But the data show it's taking a serious toll on our health, and it's preventable.
And some really good advice in there. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Coming up, manning the crease at 81 years old.
You don't get old by playing. You get old if you don't play.
The man proving age is just a number in our moment. This might look like your average rec league, but inside the crease, a unique talent. Gerard Smith, 81 years old, known as Smitty, and still making clutch saves. Smitty didn't learn to skate till he was 16. Now he's making up for lost time. And tonight, his dedication is our moment.
Can I call you Smitty?
Sure. Everybody else does. I mean, it'd be no good coming out here if you didn't get shot at. I mean, yeah, some go by you, some hit you. It's all part of it.
I think it's just phenomenal that at his age, at 81, he comes to the rink every day. He's telling us young fellas that age is just a number.
The level that he competes at is much like a teenager would. He's up, he's down, he's making the saves, and there's nothing he hates worse than being scored on.
Well, most of these guys, I either coached them in hockey or had them in school. I'm still pretty competitive, but you know, there are times you have to realize who you're playing with.
A lot of times we will chirp the other team and say, it's too bad you can't score at an 81-year-old.
I enjoy coming to the rink. It's my exercise. Good camaraderie with the guys. You don't get old by playing. You get old if you don't play.
He looks fantastic. He is an inspiration, especially for all those recreational athletes. I know a few, wondering how many years we have left playing. So thank you, Smitty. And thank you for being with us. You can watch anytime, anywhere on the free CBC News app. I'm Ian Hanomansing. Good night.